Okay, I'm just gonna get straight to the point here. Remember the Piggy pink AU from 2020? Where all the infecteds turned pink and kind of freaky from this weird gas? Yeah, I'm doing that, but Dandy's World. So instead of an Iker spill, there was a gas leak causing twisted and freaky versions of the tunes to be created. The tune I'm drawing right now is Glisten, except the twisted version, of course. As you can see, he's got a little heart for his hair instead of just a regular swirl, and he's also got a heart broken into his glass instead of just a gaping hole. He kind of works like the same as regular Twisted Glisten, except his meter pauses when he's with more than one person at a time. You'll see, I'll make a little drawing in the corner. He also doesn't attack whoever's with him. He attacks everyone else in hopes that he and the person he's with the most will be the only two left. You know, yandere style. In his little broken version you get at the end, I tried to make it so that the piece of glass he's holding looks the same as one of the pieces of glass that's missing on his face. He still talks like his original Twisted does, but he obviously says different things. Like the thing I made him say in the corner, I just love being with you. Oh, and he's here too, I guess. That's what it'll say when another person enters the room, or like his radius. I was a bit meh about his design, so I changed a couple things in his line art, like the fact that his broken eye in the first stage is no longer a broken heart, only a broken heart in the second stage. I also changed the mouth, but just a little bit. I made the piece of glass missing from Twisted Glisten's face more resemble the one in his hand, or at least I think I did. I also ended up changing his legs a bit and making his mouth just a little bit bigger. We're getting on to the coloring, I just have to erase the sketch layer and turn the opacity up. I make non-panic mode Twisted Glisten brighter than panic mode Twisted Glisten. I also make his original yellowy color more tinted pink. This is a pink AU after all. As you can see, I use this bright pinkish red color for the inside of his face. That's because it's like the color for all the ichor instead of black. Now looking back on it, I very much missed an opportunity to make his little blush circles into hearts. I do that with other versions of Twisted's, but I didn't do it with Glisten for some reason. Now we're moving on to the background. I went with this pink color and just wrote Pink AU Glisten instead of, like, nothing too fancy. I wrote about the little gimmick he has, only likes being with one person at a time, so that it's just on there so I remember. That's it for Twisted Glisten. Now we're gonna move on to the next one. The next one I did was Twisted Roger, and instead of starting with the white background like I did, I started with the pink one. I kept his design pretty much the same except for the eye, which is now like that. He's still got the bunch of ichor as his lower half and same suit. On the side, I end up drawing Sprout and Tisha, except of course that's not really Tisha. Instead of, like, pretending to be a capsule, he disguises himself as another one of the tunes that's in the round. He has, like, a little radius that if you get too close, he will come out and attack, revealing, hey, it's not actually a friend, it's a Roger! I clean up the pose and the expression a bit on the line art for both the main drawing and the little side drawing. It's hard to tell, but that's not just some shade of pink, it's transparent because he's, a magnifying glass. I add the little description for his gimmick, because, I gotta have it on screen. Much easier to remember that way. I also end up making Sprout say a few words about, hey, we need to go into the elevator, why aren't you moving? I also add a bit of torn clothes, so it looks like Roger kind of just exploded out of Tisha. That sounds weird. I redid that like a couple times. It was so hard to fit all the words and make it look nice. But I do end up finding a way to make Pink AU Roger fit. And that's about it for Pink Roger. I really like how he turned out. He looks so cute. And that is all for part 1 of my Dandy's World Pink AU. If you liked the video, feel free to subscribe and follow along, because this won't be the only video I post of the Dandy's World Pink AU. I'll try to make the next part as soon as possible, but until then, see you guys later.